ang inaasahan sa Lunes when it comes to this committee report?
Asahan natin sa Lunes na bibigay ng chairman ng Committee on Justice ang kanyang sponsorship sa committee report ng Committee on Justice on the impeachment, finding probable cause, and delivering the committee report together with the attached articles of incorporation. We also expect that we can vote on Monday as well, whether at least 1/3 of all the members of the House will agree, will vote yes to the impeachment complaint para matransmit na ito sa Senado for trial forthwith.
Paano po yung inaasahang botohan? For the record lang, sir, nominal po ba ito? Bibigyan po pa ng panahon para magpaliwanag yung mga boboto?
Pagkatapos ng sponsorship speech ng chairman ng Committee on Justice, maaring magbigay ng manifestation of support or magbigay ng manifestation of for or against the committee report ang mga miyembro. Bibigyan natin sila ng konting pagkakataon. Hindi kailangan humaba. So everyone has a chance. Pagkatapos noon, pwede nating pagbotohan. We expect the members of the House to exercise absolute decorum pagdating sa impeachment deliberations na ito. It is a solemn exercise of our constitutional duty. Hindi dapat tayo magkagulo dito dahil tapos na ang mga deliberations. All the evidence has been presented and all that's left is for us to vote on it.
May mga nagpalista na po ba na mag-i-interpellate po?
Sa ngayon, wala pang opisyal na nagpalista, but I understand some of the members are interested to show their support or express their dissent to the results or the decision of the Committee on Justice.
And lahat po papayagan? Wala po.
Hanggat maaari, basta hindi lang magulo ang nagsasalita, papayagan natin sila. It's a democratic process. At gusto nating makita ng taong bayan na sinusunod natin ang due process pagdating sa impeachment na ito. If you remember, may desisyon ang Korte Suprema na dapat obserbahan ang patas at pantay na pagtalakay nitong impeachment. And that is why the House of Representatives, starting from the very day that these impeachment complaints were received up to the committee deliberations, maingat at masuri tayo para hindi na maging issue ang due process hanggang matapos siya sa House of Representatives.
Huli na lang for my end before I turn you over to others who want to ask questions. Ano po, sir, yung magkomento ninyo dito sa pahayag ni Senador Panfilo Lacson na possible daw po pa rin na hindi mag-convene ang impeachment court kung mayorya ng Senado ay susuportahan po yung ganitong move?
Under the Constitution, there is no reason to block the convening of the Senate as the impeachment court. There are no conditions under the Constitution. Dapat pag-transmit namin ng articles of incorporation. Under the Constitution, walang rason na hindi mag-convene ang Senado bilang Senate Impeachment Court. Walang kondisyon na nilagay ang ating saligang batas. Kung babalikan nyo ang journal ng deliberations of the framers of our Constitution, ang iniisip lagi nila, dapat tumuloy agad ito sa trial. Bakit? Kasi kung may kasalanan ang isang mataas na opisyal, dapat matanggal siya sa pwesto. At kung wala naman pala siyang kasalanan, dapat ma-acquit siya at makabalik na siya sa trabaho at hindi na siya abalahin.
Sige lang, sir. Go ahead. Do you need time?
Okay. Sir, in connection lang dun sa tanong ni Vivian, does that mean hindi na pagbobotohan ng senators ang pag-convene sa impeachment court?
Walang senaryong nakalagay sa ating konstitusyon at walang senaryo na naisip ang gumawa ng ating konstitusyon pati ng mga probisyon ng impeachment na pag-iisipan pa ba dapat ng Senado ito at dapat pa ba pagbotohan bago i-convene. Ang nakalagay lang, dapat transmit, trial agad, automatic na dapat yan. At Senado na mismo ang magsasabi kung i-acquit o i-convict nila. It's part of the due process that they should listen to the evidence that we will transmit together with the articles of impeachment.
So sir, bale, ang question na lang now is when the impeachment court will convene. It's not will the impeachment court convene?
That's right. I agree with the dissenting opinion of Justice Leonen that the interpretation of the word forthwith means immediately. Bagamat may ibang definisyon ang ating Korte Suprema dito, ilagay na lang sana ng ating mga senador na ang pag-interpret nito ay sa labing madaling panahon na i-convene nila ang Senate Impeachment Court. Kasi constitutional duty nila yon. Dapat hindi na pinagbobotohan pa yon. Kasi walang nakalagay na kahit anong kondisyon sa ating konstitusyon. Mali yung ginawa last time ng Senado. Hanggang ngayon, paninindigan kong mali na in-archive nila. Kasi hindi option yon under the Constitution to archive it, to delay it, or whether to discuss it or not kung magko-convene pala sila o hindi.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, you were mentioned,
Yes.
last year you were part of the prosecutors, yung 11-man prosecutor po. Kasi hindi nga po natuloy, pero this time, nabanggit na rin po kayong pangalan ni Kong Jervil bilang bahagi po ng prosecution team. Kamusta po ba? May mga pagpupulong po ba? Paano po ba kayo kinausap? Ano po yung mga ginagawa ninyo?
Sa ngayon, mga initial deliberations lang on what scenario could transpire if the Senate would convene as soon as possible. Although we have not discussed in particular kung ano ang order of presentation, we have not finalized anything as of now. What we have in mind right now is to have this voted upon on Monday first and confirm if there are indeed more than 1/3 of all the members who will vote yes in favor of the impeachment complaint.
So tama sir, nagmi-meeting na po kayong mga prosecutors.
Informal lang muna. Informal. We don't have a complete lineup yet. Only those who were mentioned by Chair Luistro. We have had an informal meeting.
Sir, tama po ba 11 po dapat or hindi naman po necessarily nakasaad sa or sa rules or constitution na 11 man?
The rules on impeachment of the House of Representatives, nakasaad doon na dapat 11 ang prosecutor, pero pwede namang mas mababang numero, pwedeng 7 kami, 8. At if we can have 11, we could always take in more members to assist or to form part of the impeachment team.
Sir, base sa pulong po ninyo, ilan na po yung nakita ninyo or yung nakita nyong pangalan na confirmed na and ilan na lang po yung kulang?
May nakita na akong 7. Yun ang mga sinabi ni Chairman Luistro, and they're very qualified to be prosecutors in the impeachment trial. Mga mahuhusay na abogado tulad ni Laila de Lima at ni Chel Jokno. At mas lalo kaming naging matatag as a prosecution team with the addition of new members of Congress.
And you mentioned, sir, 7. You mentioned, sir, kanina, yung initial ninyong mga deliberations, yung meeting po ninyo ay tungkol sa preparations kung paano po, kumbaga din, yun nga, sakaling harangin na naman ng mga senators, yung itong pag-convene?
That's right. For now, we cannot seriously delve into a deeper discussion on how the trial will go about until we overcome Monday's voting. Kaya antayin muna natin, sabi nga ni Rose, D-Day na sa Monday. So we'll wait for that. But immediately, if more than 1/3 of all the members of the House of Representatives will vote yes to the impeachment and the articles will be transmitted on the same day, I'm very sure that the following day, on Tuesday, we will meet to discuss the possible scenarios.
As SDML, Kong, may I ask lang po, naririnig na po natin yung mga kay Kong Terry, 215, last year 215 po. But with all the evidence, and kayo na rin po nagsabi nung gaano kalakas po yung evidence na mga lumabas during the previous hearings, the AMLAC, the COA, Notice of Disallowance, tingin niyo po ba mahigit pa sa 215 yung madedeliver ngayon ng Kamara na naniniwalang i-impeach si VP Sara?
Base sa impormasyon na dumating sa akin, I can confirm na mahigit 200 miyembro ng Kamara de Representante ang sasang-ayon sa impeachment na ito. Matatag ang ebidensya hindi nagpakita ang respondent. And kahit kakampi ka ni Vice President Sara Duterte, you don't expect her to get a passing grade if you don't attend class or take the exam. And you cannot say that this is a fishing expedition when the net is full to begin with. Hindi ito isang fishing expedition kung puno na ang lambat pagdating pa lang ng impeachment complaint. Kasi as early as last year, all the evidence in the impeachment can be directly correlated to her. Kaya sa palagay ko, apektado ang kanyang rating sa publiko o kanyang trust rating kasi hindi niya sinagot ang mga aligasyon during the impeachment proceedings in the Committee on Justice. It's one way of for the people to gauge or assess her leadership. If you're running for president and you don't want to answer serious allegations of high crimes, betrayal of public trust, graft, and corruption, bababa ang kumpiyansa o confidence and trust ng taong bayan sa'yo, kahit anong gawin mo.
Kung last year po, no, ang nabanggit niyo po sa amin, Article 1 o yung grave threats po ang inyong supposedly hahawakan. Pero this time around po, ano po yung king kayo or napag-usapan na po ba na yung hatian ninyo?
Handa ako last year to present Article 1 on the threats. Hanggang ngayon, handa pa rin ako, although hindi pa pinal ang aming usapan dahil hindi pa kami formal na halal bilang prosecutors in the impeachment trial. I would accept any article during the Senate impeachment trial.
And last na lang po kung I understand naman na tanong na rin kayo dito before, pero ano po ba yung pinakamalakas base doon sa 4 na articles po? Yung nakikita rin yung may pinakamalakas po na ground to impeach VP Sara?
Because of the hearings in the Committee on Justice kung saan nalatag ang mga ebidensya, malakas ang 4 na articles of impeachment. Ngunit sa palagay ko, matibay pa din ang bank accounts and unexplained wealth kung saan nakita nating may dumaang 6.7 billion na pera sa account ng Vice President. Sana napaliwanag ito at dahil hindi pinaliwanag, mas lalong tumatag ang loob ng taong bayan na totoo ito. Matatag, hanggang ngayon, naniniwala akong matatag ang threat o ang contracting of an assassin to kill the President, his wife, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives. Kahit kailan at kahit sino mang magsasabi nitong Vice Presidente, ito ay isang paglabag sa konstitusyon. It is a betrayal of public trust by one of the highest officials of the country. And this is definitely a high crime under the Constitution, which is a serious ground for impeachment and removal from public office.
And sir, can we say na because all of these evidence na lumabas po dun sa mga hearings, ganun lang na din ka yung efforts po ng mga allies ng mga Duterte sa Senado para pigilan pa nga, umusad po sa paglilitis itong impeachment laban sa Vice?
It's too late to defend the Vice President now because all the evidence has come out. All we have to do is present it to the Senate. Ang kanyang mga kaalyado sa Senado at ang kanyang mga abogado hindi sumipot sa committee hearings ng Committee on Justice. They failed the Vice President as much as she failed herself. She failed to defend herself during the committee hearings. Kaya the senators will be judged by the public as to how they will decide on this impeachment complaint, knowing that all the evidence is already out in public at alam na ng buong bayan kung anong ebidensyang pinangahawakan.
Thank you very much po, sir.
Hello po.
Wait.
Good morning po, Kong.
Go ahead.
Hi, Rose.
Yes, kung tama po yung pagkakaintindi ko po, walang choice dapat ang Senate not to convene once the articles of impeachment are endorsed.
The Senate has no choice but to convene because that is the requirement under the Constitution. Because let's take a scenario where we have an abusive, corrupt, and evil president. And we cannot put him to trial simply because kaalyado niya ang mga senador. Hindi pwede yun. Dapat may trial talaga, at kung sa palagay ng mga senador ay kailangan nilang i-acquit, edi i-acquit nila sila. Kung kailangan nilang i-convict, edi i-convict nila. But not to block the trial and to avoid your constitutional duty to convene and hold trial and make a decision.
Alright, kung regarding naman po dito sa committee report number 261 sa prayer po, meron po kasing third additional judgment na nakalagay na hindi po nakalagay dun po sa articles of impeachment endorsed to the Senate last 19th Congress, yung declaring that respondent Vice President Sara Duterte shall further be liable to prosecution, trial, and punishment according to law. Ano po itong judgment na nire-recommend ng House Committee Report? Why is it added dun po sa articles of impeachment this time?
When you are convicted in an impeachment trial, your penalty could be removal from office, as well as perpetual disqualification to hold public office. At the same time, kung matanggal ka na sa pwesto, pwede ka ng kasuhan or you can be prosecuted because you are already an ordinary citizen. You can now be prosecuted by the trial courts, by the Ombudsman, and by the Sandigan Bayan for criminal offenses, for administrative offenses, and for civil offenses na ginawa mo habang nasa posisyon ka. Kasi ang Senate Impeachment Court, hindi ka pwedeng hatulan ng pagkakulong. Pagtanggal lang sa pwesto, at kung makonvict ka, pag-disqualify lang, na hindi ka na makabalik sa pwesto. Pero walang kulong. Ang kulong, dadating yan kung matanggal ka na sa pwesto at naging ordinaryong taong bayan ka na lang. Ayan, pwede ka nang kasuhan ng ordinaryong korte at ordinaryong piskal.
So does it mean po, is it a prayer rin for the Senate Impeachment Court to declare the Vice President criminally liable sa mga accusations against her?
It's just an insurance to remind the judicial bodies that since if she will be convicted and removed from office, they have a corresponding duty also to accept whatever administrative, criminal, or civil cases that will be filed against her, because she can now be accused in a normal court.
Pero this prayer po does not remove the jurisdiction of the impeachment court?
It does not affect the jurisdiction of the impeachment court. The jurisdiction of the impeachment court is there. It is vested by the Constitution. And once the articles of incorporation of the impeachment have been transmitted to the Senate, automatic na dapat i-exercise na nila ang jurisdiction nila.
Pero it does not render the impeachment court judgment of imprisonment.
No, the impeachment court can never render a penalty imposing imprisonment. Only removal and perpetual disqualification to hold public office. Ano lang yun, pampatatag lang na pwede na siyang makasuhan din dahil natanggal na siya sa pwesto kung makonvict siya.
Okay,
Like
yun po
I
yung
said,
significance.
Like I said before, I was not a Marcos supporter. I am not a Duterte supporter. I have been very fair and objective about this impeachment since last year. All I want to see is that this democratic process under the Constitution must be followed until the end, whether it ends in a conviction or acquittal. Because if we do not exercise this mechanism under the Constitution, pwede itong abusuhin ng mga leader natin na corrupt, leader nating mga abusado, na baka balang araw hindi na natin matanggal sa pwesto dahil hindi natin ito pinanindigan. Please quote me on that. Napaka-importante nun. Please.
Alright. Kung prepared po ba kayo na abutin ng hanggang madaling araw, yung pong debate on articles of impeachment?
Sana hindi
Yun po yung
kailangang abutin ng
foresight
madaling araw. Prepared kami kahit gaano pa katagal. All I am concerned about is that the members, whether you are for or against the impeachment, is that you exercise parliamentary courtesy and decorum during session. That's all I ask of them.
Right. Pero kung last na lang, sorry, will it be unusual if, for example, abot yung supermajority or higit pa sa kinakailangang boto, pero lahat ng hindi bumoto ng yes, panay abstentions ang ginawa. Will it be unusual po?
You mean, Rose, kunyari, nag-216 votes kami, tapos yung iba nag-abstain, ganon?
Yeah, and then no votes, panay abstentions.
It doesn't affect the validity or the approval of the articles of impeachment because the Constitution simply requires that at least 1/3 of all the members of the House of Representatives, regardless of how many will say no or how many will abstain. If you recall last year, meron kaming ginawa na mga congressmen mismo ang nagpirma at nag-endorse ng impeachment complaint, and it was transmitted directly to the Senate. Kahit may natirang 2/3 kunyaring ayaw pala ng impeachment complaint last year, matutuloy pa rin ang pag-transmit kasi yun lang ang requirement ng Constitution. Even if there are more no's, if 1/3 has been reached, it will be transmitted to the Senate for trial forthwith.
Pero what does it show sa impeachment vote kung panay abstentions and 0 no vote?
It means two things. It means that there are still supporters of the Vice President who think that she's not liable or not guilty. And second, those members who either abstain or vote no could be politically affected in their regions if they vote in favor of the impeachment, especially those in Mindanao, in Central Visayas, and in Eastern Visayas, where the Dutertes have a very strong support.
All right, thank you, Kong.
Okay, Rose?
Ang question lang po. After ng approval ng articles of impeachment sa plenary, immediately po ipapadala agad sa Senate or pwedeng Tuesday pa yon mangyari?
Ipapadala agad sa Senate because under the Constitution, dapat trial shall commence forthwith. So it's our obligation not to hold on to it for too long. Pag approved, and as with the previous impeachments, there will be a motion to transmit the articles of impeachment to the Senate immediately.
Sir, what if kunyari, hindi na office hours or gabi na, late na?
It doesn't matter, Tina. Nagsa-session tayo during budget minsan alas 4 ng umaga, but the session is still valid even after 5 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Even if kunyari nag-suspend or nag-adjourn na yung Senate, pag ipapadala nyo na?
It will be transmitted as soon as the Secretary General of the Senate is open to receive the articles of impeachment. Kunyari, nag-adjourn kami, inumaga kami, the following day, Tuesday, 9 o'clock, pwede nang i-transmit yun ng Secretary General of the House so that the Secretary General of the Senate could receive the articles of impeachment.
Thank you, sir.
Ay, pwede mo pahabol, sorry.
Sige, Rose, go.
Kung what will happen if in case lang between today and Monday before the plenary session and the interpellation of the articles of impeachment, mag-resign si VP Duterte?
If the respondent resigns, then the impeachment trial cannot proceed because the intention of an impeachment process is removal from public office of a high public official.
And how can she still be held liable kapag po nag-resign siya and hindi magpo-proceed yung impeachment trial?
If the Vice President will resign, she becomes an ordinary citizen, and if she has committed a crime of graft and corruption, if she committed a crime of grave threats, cases will be filed against her by the appropriate agencies like the Ombudsman, like the DOJ, like the AMLA. So we leave it up to them. But still, you will be liable because ang impeachment ka ay removal lang from public office.
All right, thank you, Ko.
Sir, what happens to the prayer po for the perpetual disqualification to hold public office?
Under the Constitution and based on the deliberations of the Constitutional Commission in 1986, the framers or the writers of our Constitution said that you cannot impose a penalty of perpetual disqualification if the respondent in an impeachment complaint resigns because she was not convicted to begin with. You can only impose a penalty if she was convicted or if the president or the vice president is convicted.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, tama po ba? 3:00 po yung start, hindi po yung ng session, hindi po to, i-move earlier.
No, Viv will start exactly at 3 o'clock, the usual course or the order of business. We'll have the lupang hinirang, we have the reference of business, we'll have the roll call. Then we'll see what other items in the agenda will come in. But most likely, we will deliberate the committee report of the Committee on Justice on Monday. Abangan nyo na yon.
Hindi po ba yun yung unang itatackle, sir?
I would prefer that it will be tackled immediately, but I'm not the majority leader. So we have to wait if the majority leader has the same decision as I do.
Opo. Sir, huli na lang kasi nakita ko sa parang may iba yung security preparations today compared sa mga regular Fridays. So ano po ba to? Meron po ba tayong na-monitor na threat sa impeachment or something impeachment related na security issue?
I'm not aware of any threat, but I hope that the House will maintain security all throughout the proceedings in the same way that plenary should maintain decorum, not only for the members, but also for the audience. So we can avoid clapping, we can avoid shouting. Hindi kailangan yun.
Okay, got it. Thank you
Kong,
po.
sorry, may pahabol lang ako, Kong, because you said that if the VP is impeached and convicted, she can face complaints, criminal complaints, admin complaints after she is removed from office. Pero hindi po ba ngayon pa lang hindi naman siya immune from suit?
Sa ngayon, under the Constitution, the President, the Vice President, Supreme Court members, and constitutional commissions can only be removed from office through impeachment. While it does not say that they cannot be prosecuted, cases can be filed against her, but it cannot remove her from office or impose a penalty of imprisonment. If you recall, when she made that video saying that she has contracted an assassin para patayin ang presidente, di ba nagkaso sa kanya ang NBI sa Department of Justice for grave threats? So pwede kang kasuhan, pwedeng magtuloy yung kaso sa'yo sa Department of Justice. Ngunit kahit makitang guilty ka, hindi ka pwedeng patawan ng penalty kulong kasi vice president ka pa. It can only happen once you are removed or once your term has expired at bumalik ka na bilang ordinaryong mamamayan.
So technically, sir, she is not really immune from suit, but she cannot be imprisoned or she will not face any penalties? Kumbaga
Yes, she
parang
cannot
hindi,
be.
kumbaga sir, parang wala pang magiging decision on the case while she's in office?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.